Welcome, my dear friends, to No Academics, Please. I hope you are able to appreciate the ruins and the rubbles behind me. Also, you can see the emerging smoke and the artillery in the form of a light that is there in one corner. This is very much appreciated in any battlefield. And today's narration shall be about The Healing Knife, a book which revolves around such events. It is not uncommon for us to ponder or get agitated over the recognition of our degrees, the job avenues, the opportunities, and how much we are going to be placed in the pedestal. The story of The Healing Knife by George Sala, something that I had come across several decades back, that you can appreciate by the age of the book that is staring at you on the screen. Also, you find a couple of knives which are nothing but rusty. It is a story of a couple of medicos who are caught in a battlefield as such. A war breaks out and then they run, and they run for their lives, taking nothing with them but their very precious certificates. They had got nothing else. And in the process, you find it is a battlefield where there are a crisscross of firing going on all over. In the process of which one of them is shot at in the chest by a bullet. But then he looked around and found a sharp instrument, probably a breakout from an artillery that was there. He had learned something about antisepsis or the Listerian regime. What was he supposed to do at that particular moment? In a flash of mind, he just heated the weapon in the fire that was around. After all, it was a battlefield and everything was burning. I am not trying to mean any particular country. It has been happening day in and day out. He heats it, plunges the knife into the chest, and removes the bullet. Surprisingly, such a deep wound, such as this, would have produced bleeding and bleeding, a profuse bleeding, which was surprisingly not there, thanks to what he recollected as the heat caught or the cauterization. And the life of the friend is saved. That is the story of The Healing Knife. And as they travel further, you find that at one point of time they get separated, and the hero of the story, he moves into another country. Nothing with him except his certificates. So he goes and he joins as an intern in one of the colleges, showing his certificates. He was selected, and as he was on the verge of completing his internship, there is another outbreak of a civil unrest in that country. He flees to a third country. He has had a bit of his registration as an intern. He has got the old certificates with him. And when he enters the third country, they go through it. The original certificate, that country is not recognized. The internship is not recognized. And so he has got nothing but to go to the bottom to earn a living. And in the process, he joins as a janitor. I hope you people know who a janitor is. He is a person who assists in anatomy, taking the cadaver, performing the dissection, etc. He is a literal attender who is called a janitor. And those days, the exams were extremely tough. Questions will be like this. Display the hepatobiliary system. or the circle of Willis, and so on. In the process, one candidate gets a question as dissect and display the hepatobiliary system. That student was sweating profusely. The examiners had given the question and they had gone. All he has to do was to make it ready by the next day. Obviously, he knew that he had no chance whatsoever. The student was facing the exam. So he gives up and he goes back in tears. When he comes back the next day, to his surprise, and even more to the surprise of the examiners, there was a very neat display of the hepatobiliary system. Immediately they have got not an element but a profuse doubt that somebody else has done it. They conduct an inquiry and they find out that this is the hero, the janitor, who had done the dissection and displayed it. He is acknowledged for his wonderful surgical skill and he is awarded the knight. So what he has not got in his first country, what he has lost in his second country, he had gained much beyond that in his third one. So it is also called the surgeon with a rusty knife or the healing knife by R.A.T.S. Those days, there used to be many such motivating stories. Please do remember that you people in you have got an excellent talent that is lying sober in some place. It is to come out. The best of you is not yet started to be displayed. So forget your entrance and the marks and the other things. You have got a very excellent future. Think of the healing knife, think of the future, and it is yours. See you in the next academy.